Have you ever caught a scent that just instantly takes you somewhere else, maybe like a peaceful forest or even, I don't know, an old comfy chair?
Oh, definitely. That kind of grounding aroma.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Well, today we're kind of exploring one of those scents cedarwood essential oil. It's amazing how something so, well, ancient can still be so relevant, right?
It really is. And what's interesting is just how much history is packed into it and honestly how versatile it turns out to be. It's much more than just a nice woody smell.
Mm-hmm. And we're getting our insights today from a really great blog post over on 420formulator.com.
Oh yeah, good stuff on there.
It really is. Just so you know, that site's fantastic if you're into formulating skincare or cannabis stuff too. It's run by Mike Harmon. Loads of great info. So yeah, today we'll look into cedarwood's background, that unique smell, and some really cool ways it might benefit you.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. This oil has quite a story, doesn't it? Where does it actually come from?
It really does have a rich history. So the essential oil itself is made from the wood of the red cedar tree. But what's quite interesting and kind of sustainable actually is it typically made from the offcuts.
Offcuts.
Yeah, like the trimmings, shavings, even sawdust from the timber industry. So it's using up material that might otherwise be waste.
Oh, that's clever. A good way to use everything. But how far back are we talking? Its use sounds old.
Oh, ages. Centuries, really.
Yeah.
Red cedar wood itself was a major building material for a very, very long time.
Like for houses and things.
Even bigger than that.
Hmm.
Think early biblical times. It was apparently used in King Solomon's temple.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was prized because it's incredibly durable, resists decay, stands up to time.
Right. A strong building material makes sense. Was there anything else beyond just being tough?
Well, yeah, that characteristic smell we associate with it. That aroma is naturally part of the wood, and it would linger for years in buildings.
Ah, it's a built-in air freshener.
Sort of. And that scent wasn't just pleasant, it also helped keep things like fleas and other insects away. A pretty handy side effect back then.
I bet.
And it wasn't just for huge temples. In medieval times, people used the bark mixed with other plants as something called a strewing herb.
Strewing herb? What's that?
They'd scatter it on the floors inside. It helped with, well, insulation, keeping things a bit cleaner, and, again, deterring pests, insects, lice, maybe even rats. Pretty multifunctional stuff.
Wow. Okay. Building material, bug repellent, floor covering.
Yeah.
Quite the resume. So let's talk about that scent then. What does it actually smell like?
It's got this really deep, lasting fragrance. Definitely woody, maybe a little bit smoky, but there's a hint of sweetness in there too.
Woody, smoky, sweet.
Yeah. The blog post mentions a kind of classroom nostalgia feel, like old pencil shavings or wooden desks.
Oh, I can totally picture that. Or like an old library.
Right. That kind of vibe. Most people find it really warm, very comforting, grounding.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you mentioned cedarwood oil, but isn't there more than one type? It feels like I've seen different names.
You're right. There are a few different types commonly used. The one we're focusing on today, which is also what the blog mostly talks about, is Juniperus virginiana. That's Virginian cedarwood.
Okay, Juniperus virginia.
Yeah. You also see cedarwood atlas quite a bit, Cedrus atlantica. Both are popular, especially in things like aromatherapy blends or men's skincare.
So how do you know which one you're getting?
Best way is to check the label for the INCI name. That's the International Nomenclature of Cosmetic Ingredients. Sounds fancy, but it just lists the proper botanical name. So for this one, you'd look for Juniperus virginiana.
Gotcha. Good tip. So focusing on this Virginian cedarwood then, what's actually in it that gives it these effects? You always hear about compounds in essential oils.
Well, the key players are natural compounds called terpenes. These are what give the oil its specific smell and, importantly, its therapeutic actions.
Terpenes, right.
Yeah. In Virginian cedarwood, you've got significant amounts of ones like alpha-cedrine, cedrol, and thujapsine. There are others too, of course.
And what do those do, generally speaking?
Collectively, they have this really calming effect on the mind. Think reducing stress, promoting relaxation.
Yeah.
Just helping you feel more centered and peaceful. They're also thought to help with achieving more restful sleep. It's like bringing a bit of that forest quiet into your day.
A reset button from nature, like you said earlier. That sounds lovely. Okay, so let's get practical. What does this mean for, say, our skin? Can it actually do anything for skin?
Oh, absolutely. It's got some really great properties for skin. First off, it's slightly astringent.
Astringent, like tightening.
Yeah, exactly. It helps tone the skin. So even if you use it diluted in a cream or a serum, that quality is still there. This makes it really useful for people with oily skin or skin that's a bit problematic.
Okay, that makes sense for oiliness. Does it help with breakouts too, since those often go together?
It does. It's known to be anti-seborrheic, which basically means it can help regulate sebum production, potentially preventing future breakouts. Plus, it's antiseptic and strongly antibacterial.
Ah, so it helps keep things clean.
Precisely. Which is obviously beneficial if you're prone to acne. And another interesting thing, it can help reduce the appearance of large pores.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you often find it in products aimed at teenagers, or even in men's aftershaves. It gives that slightly tighter, smoother look and feel. The blog also mentions it blends well with green mandarin for sensitive or acne-prone skin.
Wow, okay. That's quite a lot for skin. What about in like a spa setting? Does it show up in treatments?
It definitely does. It's calming, and grounding properties are valued, of course. But it's also used for physical benefits. Historically, it's been used in blends to help ease joint discomfort, like for arthritis or rheumatism.
Interesting.
And because of that astringent quality we mentioned, it's great in things like detoxifying body wraps or body sculpting treatments, often paired with oils like grapefruit or juniper, especially if targeting cellulite.
Right, the tightening effect again.
Exactly. And it can also act as a diuretic, so you might find it used in manual lymphatic drainage treatments, MLD, to help reduce fluid retention and support detoxification.
So skin, spa treatments.
Yeah.
What about hair? Does it do anything for, say, an oily scalp?
It's actually really good for that. Makes
Mhm.
sense given its benefits for oily skin, right? It can help balance out an oily scalp and reduce that greasy hair feeling.
Okay, nice.
But it also does something else interesting. It can help boost microcirculation in the scalp.
Microcirculation, like blood flow.
Yeah, improving blood supply to the hair follicles.
Yeah.
Now, we need to be clear, it's not a cure for things like male pattern baldness.
Right.
But if someone's experiencing temporary hair thinning or loss, supporting the health of the follicles with good blood flow can potentially help support normal, healthy growth.
Okay, that's a useful distinction. So it's quite the all-rounder. Now that woody scent is pretty distinct. How does it work when you blend it with other essential oils? Does it just take over?
You might think it would, because it is quite strong and often seen as masculine. But it's actually an amazing blender. It doesn't just dominate, it transforms things.
Transforms. How so?
Well, take lavender, for instance. If you blend cedarwood with lavender, you don't just smell cedarwood and lavender.
Yeah.
You get this completely new, unified scent. It's really interesting how they synergize.
Huh. Create something totally new. What about with florals, like jasmine or ylang ylang? Those can be pretty powerful on their own.
It works beautifully with those too. Adding cedarwood can actually soften the intensity of strong florals. It adds this kind of depth and complexity, makes them feel more grounded, maybe more sophisticated, like a high-end perfume.
Oh, so it adds a base note, kind of.
Exactly.
Right.
And speaking of base notes, it's also a fantastic fixative.
Fixative meaning?
It helps other scents in the blend last longer. So if you blend it with something like vetiver, which also gives a lovely, rich, earthy, masculine kind of scent, the cedarwood helps the whole fragrance stick around for more time. Makes the blend more tenacious.
That's really useful if you're making your own blends or perfumes. Okay, so beyond the physical stuff and the blending, the blog mentioned something more. Energetic, something about chakras.
Yeah, it touched on that. In practices like aromatherapy, and also in traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurveda, certain oils are thought to resonate with the body's energy centers, the chakras.
Right.
Cedarwood is associated with the first chakra. That's the root chakra, or muladhara, down at the base of the spine.
The root chakra. And what's that connected with?
It's all about stability, feeling grounded, your foundations, your connection to the earth, feeling secure, basically.
Okay, so how does cedarwood help with that?
Well, using it, or even just smelling it, is thought to help balance that chakra. So if you're feeling a bit, out of sorts, maybe scattered, anxious, or too much in your head,
Yeah.
cedarwood can be really helpful. It's seen as protective, gently clearing negativity, and just helping you feel more centered and stable, like putting your feet firmly back on the ground.
Like a little anchor. That's a nice thought.
It really is.
Yeah.
A gentle way to reconnect.
So when we pull all this together, ancient wood, modern uses, skin, hair, spa, even energy, what's the big picture here with cedarwood?
That's a good way to put it. I think, for me, it really highlights how these natural elements that have been part of human life for so long still offer so much.
Yeah.
It's about that quiet strength, that grounding presence.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? How can connecting with these simple natural compounds actually support our own sense of calm and balance day to day?
That's a great point. And if you are curious about exploring natural ingredients like this, maybe for making your own skincare, you really should check out 420formulator.com.
Hmm.
Mike Harmon, who runs it, has put up loads of free formulations and info there. Really good resource for anyone wanting to experiment.
Definitely worth a look.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How just a smell, something seemingly simple, can carry all this history and, well, wisdom and actually shift how you feel. What other everyday things around us might be holding similar kinds of secrets, you know?